What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm here at Henrik Honda in Bradenton, Florida, checking out this brand new 2025 Honda CR-V. It is a hybrid. It's the top of the line model. This is the sport touring model, and I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to see if anything has changed since 2024, and we're going to take a look on the exterior, interior technology, and the test drive. So if you like watching videos like this, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel, hit that like and subscribe button, and now let's get back to this. Honda CR-V has been around since 1997, and it's established itself as one of the best, if not the best, compact SUVs on the market. And today, I'm going to take in a tour of this vehicle. We're going to see if it's still that. This generation has been redesigned for 2023 model year, and on the outside, there's really no differences in here. We have the non-hybrid versions, and then we have the hybrid ones. This is the top of the line. Let's see what we have. The only added option on this particular one is the color. They call it platinum white, and it's this white with a lot of spark inside of it. Looks absolutely stunning if the light shines on it. Let's take a look. The hood, nice flat with two indents on both sides. Big lights. Those are LED reflector lights. You also have the daytime running lights / turn signals right on top. And you have this piano black trim that kind of connects both of those lights. Big Honda logo in the middle, piano black grille. Right here at the bottom, you have some polished aluminum trim pieces. And on the sides, you have the open air curtains for that better aerodynamic of this vehicle. The bottom of it is finished with the matte gray. Powering up this 2025 Honda CR-V is a 2-liter direct injection 4-cylinder engine combined with electric motors. Total output 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. It's a direct drive transmission. This particular one is an all-wheel drive. As far as the gas mileage, 40 in the city, 34 in the expressway, 37 is the combined number. So it's a really good numbers. I'm excited to take this vehicle at the end of this video for a quick spin. But let's take a look what else is going on underneath the hood. Hood struts, guys. Yes, this is a big one for me. It also has some sound insulation. Let's close it up. Take a look inside. Well, I can't believe they call it a compact SUV. It is 184.8 inches in length. It's 66.5 as far as the height of it, and 73.6 inches as far as the width of it. So it is a large SUV, especially when comparing it to the first one that came out in 1997. It's over a foot longer, so it's definitely grew in size and in power, as well as all the technology that's on the inside. But before we get inside, let's take a look and see what we have on this top of the line trim. I like the piano black rims. Those are aluminum rims, Michelin tires, 235 by 55. Of course, we have the all-wheel disc brakes on it. We have the McPherson struts in the front, multi-link in the back as far as the suspension of it. The cladding here, though, I think I would like to see that in the same color as the rest of the vehicle, especially on the top of the line trim. But that cladding continues at the bottom of the doors as well. Now, on top right here, we have the piano black roof rails. We have the chrome, the bright chrome window surroundings, and we have the piano black mirrors. Now on the mirrors, you'll see the turn signals, blind spot assist, and this vehicle is equipped with the keyless entry, smart entry system. So as long as I have the key somewhere on me, I can lock and unlock this vehicle. By the way, it has this new generation Honda key. I'll give you a close-up of it. So I have the lock, unlock, remote start on the key, and the remote hatch opening, as well as the panic button. And here it is in the back, guys. Starting right on top, you have the shark fin antenna. You have this extension of this gate with this piano black color, really nice looking third brake light right here, exposed wiper. I kind of wish they hit it underneath here, and I'm not sure. But here in the turn signals, there's actually an incandescent light bulb, so it is a combination light. Everything else is LED, though. Nice, bright, visible lights. I kind of wish that they changed that to LEDs. Honda logo CR-V hybrid on one side, sport touring, and then the bottom of it is finished in kind of this gunpowder metal trim. Now, what's interesting, most of the manufacturers, when they have the hybrid, they hide the exhaust. Now, this one has actually an exposed exhaust on one side and just a trim on the other side. And as I showed you on the key, it does have the gate release. Let's see if it's a fully power gate, and it is. Yeah, let's see how much room we have underneath here. Am I going to fit underneath? Yeah, I'm almost 6 feet tall, 5'11" and a half. Well, almost touching 6 foot tall, with probably scraping your hair on top of the gate, at the bottom of the gate. Let's take a look. And here on the inside, you'll find over 36 cubic feet of storage, which is quite a lot, especially considered that technically it is a compact SUV. Now, it does have less storage than the non-hybrid version, because right underneath here, that's where the batteries are. So this doesn't open, it doesn't have a spare tire, and instead it has the fix-it flat located in this compartment right here. That's a compressor. And you have that 12-volt power outlet, some illumination inside to help you, especially at night. And you have the 60-40 split. Now the seat belts are up. Let's see if I can fold it down. Yep. All right. So here are the seats. You have to be pretty tall to actually do that, but you get the point. You have tons of room on the interior of this 2025 Honda CR-V. And before I jump inside, let's take a look at this rear door panel. So I like the looks of it, okay? It has this nice piano black trim. It has a tweeter here. It has another speaker. Kind of surprised that they didn't brand them as Bose in the back, even though it is a Bose system. And then this is hard plastic, and I wish it was a little bit softer, but you do have the softer padding for the armrest and a little bit more storage at the bottom of the door. Now inside, you'll have leather-wrapped seats. I like those. It has like this brown or the copper stitching. You have a little bit of perforation in the middle and solid on the outside. In the middle, the console opens up. You have the two cup holders here, and right in the console in between the seats, you have your own vents and USB Type-C ports, and the passenger seat is equipped with some storage, seat back storage. Also, pay attention, because it doesn't almost have a bump. It has a very slight tiny bump in here, so it should make a comfortable ride for all three passengers in the back. Well, the interior looks great, but let's see if I have in the room. I'm almost 6 feet tall. Getting in, not an issue. And check this out. This seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. I have about 2.5, 3 inches in front of my knees. I have about the same, maybe more, above my head. Plenty of shoulder room, so no issues as far as the space. The seats are fairly comfortable, and they can be adjusted. Now, I kind of wish they made these adjustments right here, but in order to move the recliner, you actually have to reach back, but then you can relax and enjoy a longer drive. So there's 3 different positioning of the recliner here, and it feels good, looks good. Let's see what's going on in the front. And of course, before we jump inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. Boom. That's as solid as it gets. Honda does not disappoint if it comes to quality of build. And here it is on in the front. Let's see, this is soft. Why couldn't they put this material in the back is beyond me. But you have this piano black trim. And here, check this out, guys. You have 2 memory seat settings, something that up until not too long ago was reserved only for the luxury cars or the higher trims of the pilots, for example. Now you have the window mirror lock controls, bit more storage down here. Still no branding of the stereo right here on the door panel. It just have CR-V, and you have the multiple adjustments. Of course, it's a power seat for driver and passenger. Seats are nicely sculpted, not too aggressive, so they're still fairly comfortable. And on the left hand side of the steering wheel, you have the traction control off and opening for the rear tailgate. Let me jump inside. And here it is, guys, the interior of this 2025 Honda CR-V. So far on the exterior, and from what I see on the interior, there are no changes between 24 and 25 model year. So let's take a look. Let's see what's going on right here at the dashboard. This is a softer material. Look at this. On the Twitter right here on the A-pillar. This is a branded speaker, so it does have a Bose stereo. I like the vents. I also like this honeycomb pattern on this trim that's going all across this trim. We have the 9-inch screen, decent size steering wheel. It feels good to the touch. It's also thicker right here for better grip, and it has a bunch of buttons. Let's take a look and see what they do. On the left hand side, you have the seek, track, volume control, home, and voice control. And on the right hand side, you have basically a cruise control setting, an adaptive cruise control, as well as the lane keep assist, big Honda logo in the middle, and behind this you see the pedal shifters, fully digital instrument cluster. Let's see if there is any customization in here. Hit that home button, and yes, kind of like on the Civic, on the Pilot, we have the range, fuel, power, flow, volume. Let's get this volume down. Let's move this range and fuel, speed and time, audio, phone, navigation, driver attention, all-wheel drive, torque distribution, seat belts, maintenance, safety support, no content, brightness, gauge display settings, warnings, power flow back again. So this can be displayed inside of this gauge. In the middle, we're in the normal driving mode, 86 degrees outside, 9 miles on the odometer here, and at the bottom you see the gear indicator as well as the fuel gauge. Now on the right hand side you have the speedometer. On the left hand side you see, like typical for hybrid, this is your charge and power. So this is the percentage of power, and if it's charging, it's going to be in the green portion on the left hand side. This is your digital instrument cluster. Let's move on. Let's see what's going on in the infotainment system. Quite frankly, I kind of wish there was a little bit bigger. 9-inch screen in today's standards is a little bit too small, but hey, you know, it's functional. It does what it's supposed to do. Kind of wish that they incorporated all of this, maybe with the exception of the power and volume knob, into the screen. So the home button right here, it's going to give you the access to the main menu, all apps, navigation, phone, FM, power flow, Sirius XM, general settings, vehicle settings, trip computer, Wi-Fi, hotspot, AM, you know, system updates, clock, etc. Honda Link, smart shortcuts, display mode. All right, let's go back. Navigation, let's start with this. Okay, so this vehicle has been driven, as you can see, recently in this parking lot only because it leaves the trail. I think you can turn this off if you don't want to. But it's a decent navigation system. I actually have seen better ones. Or you can use Android Auto because the smartphone connection is wireless. So you can wirelessly connect your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay if you prefer to use that versus the built-in navigation. Power flow, that's basically telling you right now we have the 139 miles range, and we're just less than half a tank. And when you start driving, it's going to show you, it's going to display of what your current miles per gallon is, etc. Let's go back to there's a Sirius XM, of course, AM, FM, general settings, vehicle settings. There's plenty of customization, so system, smartphone connections, display, sound, camera, voice control, etc. And this is your infotainment system. One more thing that we need to check in here, of course, is the rear view camera. Put it in reverse. And because it is a hybrid vehicle, it gives you that droney sound. But here's your camera with 3 different angles, the top down, narrow angle, wide angle, or vice versa. And you can have some settings as far as the brightness, etc. Here, the trajectory lines are active. Okay, kind of wish that, you know, at the top of the line model we had the 360, but it's not a deal killer if it was my vehicle, if I was shopping for one. Also, if you don't see it very clear, that's because it still has this brand new screen or film on top of the screen, so that's probably why it's not very bright. Okay, so this is your infotainment system. Scrolling down, you have the hazard lights and another screen for your climate control. We have heated seats, but no ventilated seats. Another feature that I like to see, maybe even as an option on the top of the line trim. And of course, you have the dual zone climate control, and this is your controls for it down here. You have the wireless charging, USB Type A, USB Type C, 12-volt power outlet, okay, an indicator that the passenger airbag is off, regular gear shifter, drive modes. See, we have normal, econ, snow, and sport. Those are drive modes. See what's happening right here. So sport gives you a little bit more redder background. Normal, nothing happens. Econ, I think it's going to be greener. Yeah, it gives you that little eco. And snow is going to be white. So I'm going to leave it in sport. I'm going to test it out at this. And you have the hill descent and electronic parking brake, brake hold. This is if you're, let's say, at the traffic light and you don't want to keep on pressing that brake pedal. You just press this and depress the brake pedal. It will not move until you hit the accelerator. Of course, let's disengage the parking brake. Cup holders and more storage right here in the middle. Okay, it's pretty deep for the size of the vehicle. Moving up on top. Okay, here is your mirror. This is the self-dimming mirror. Then you have the light controls and the regular sunroof. Okay, that has a tilt and slide function. But it does not have an option for panoramic sunroof. Again, something that competitors are offering. And right in the visors, you have the regular mirror with illumination. Hey guys. And that's pretty much it. This is the interior of this 2025 Honda CR-V Sport Touring. Let me know what you think about it. So let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. And as far as the pricing and models, let's take a look. Honda CR-V LX is the entry level, starting at $30,100, EX $32,350. The first hybrid, another $2,000 more at $34,350. We have the Sport Hybrid, the EXL. This is back to the non-hybrid model at $35,000. Sport L Hybrid $37,350, and the Sport Touring Hybrid is the one that I'm sitting in right now, $40,800. This particular one, the only option that it has is the exterior color, the platinum white, at $455 in the destination charge, and I'm going to list that in the description of this video. So we have from $31,000 to $40,000, about $10,000 give or take, as far as the range, so everybody can choose what they want. Now, my personal preference would be the hybrid model. They are built slightly different. They're reinforced, and certain parts of the chassis, they feel better as far as the drive, and also gets a lot better gas mileage too. Yeah, so I think it's well worth the price difference. The Sport L Hybrid, which is the entry-level one, I haven't done that one for the new CR-V yet. Maybe I'll bring that on the channel, see what this is all about. But, you know, having an SUV with the 40 miles per gallon, that's not bad at all. Well, let's turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Let's make a circle here. Boom. Man, it's like those British cabs turning around their own axle, almost really nice and tight. Now the steering itself is nice and weighted. It's got some nice weight to it. It's nice and quiet on the inside of this vehicle. All right, we're gonna do like that from stop acceleration here in this parking lot just to see how it takes off. And you definitely hear that engine working once you do that. Now let's take it on the road and see how that feels. As far as the body roll, all right, it is on the stiffer side as far as the suspension. So it's definitely going to be tighter than, for example, like on the RAV4, but, you know, it's not uncomfortable. Merging in traffic, getting up to speed, not an issue. The engine is a bit loud if you ask me. But, you know, again, this is a smaller SUV and most of them are going to make some noise. Now, the transmission, of course, this is that direct drive. So there's really no gears changing. This is not CVT, no eCVT. It's a completely different transmission. All right, guys, we're standing right here at the stoplight, and let's see if we can do 0 to 60 or 40 maybe. That's the speed limit here. And you can definitely hear this engine about 48, 50 miles per hour. That's enough. It's good enough to merge you in traffic, but this is not a street racer. It's not a speed demon, anything like this. It will definitely get you from point A to point B. It is a very safe bet for anybody that's looking for an SUV. It's got nice technology. It's a very solid feel, very good quality build, and a history of reliability and dependability. You know, as I mentioned in probably a couple of my videos, I used to work for a Honda dealership from 1998 till 2013, and Honda CRV was the first vehicle that I've ever sold. And I wonder, because I know he's watching it, if my first customer is going to give me a like or comment on this video, because I know he was extremely happy with this CRV and he had it for years and years. I know he put a couple 100,000 miles on it. My aunt had a CRV. My wife had a couple of them. They're really a great overall SUV. They're decent size. If you don't have a big family, if you don't need to lug a lot of cargo or luggage, you know, this is a perfect size. Good on gas, especially with the hybrid system. I mean, it's not going to break your bank, although with $42,000 here with Destination, it's not a cheap vehicle either. But comparing to the other in the same segment, it is priced competitively, especially if you compare feature by feature. Tons of competition in the space, right? In this segment, we have the Toyota RAV4, which is the closest competitor to the Honda CRV. It's always been. Then we have the Koreans, we have the Sportage, we have the Tucson, we have the Mazda CX-50, beautiful vehicle, a little bit smaller than this, but it has the performance engine option that this one lacks. And we have the Nissan Rogue. I mean, not my favorite car, but it is there. Some people love it as well. So definitely lots of choices. But if you are considering something in this class, definitely do not skip looking at this CRV. It might not be the most shiny, the most powerful vehicle in its class, but the reliability, the dependability, the technology, the quality of ride, and the Honda brand behind it is definitely what's going to turn some people towards it. Let me know your thoughts, guys. If you have one, if you had one, if you want to have one, I want to hear your comments. Put it in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.